December 2019, SARS-CoV-2 caused a progression of intense abnormal respiratory infections in Wuhan, Hubei province of China. The infection was named COVID-19, that is communicable among people and has caused a pandemic around the world, especially here in the Philippines. The quantity of losses of life proceeds to rise, and an enormous number of nations have been compelled to do social distancing and lockdown. The absence of designated treatment keeps on being an issue. The epidemiological examinations show that senior patients were extremely prone to infectious disease, while kids in general have milder manifestations. The important thing is to look after ourselves and others. That's why many measures have been taken. To lessen the infectious disease from the virus, it is advisable to follow the tips to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Tip number 1. Practice good hand hygiene.
Wash for at least 20 seconds. You can't use soap and water, hand sanitizer is a good alternative. Make sure sanitizer is 70% alcohol.
Tip number 2. Practice social distancing.
Maintain at least 6 feet of distance between you and others. Plan outdoor activities when possible, and avoid crowds.
Tip number 3. Wear a mask.
Make sure it covers both your nose and mouth. If you don't have access to a surgical mask, a cloth mask is a good alternative mask.
Tip number 4. Work from home if you can.
Staying at home is the safest thing you can do for yourselves. If you can't know what the risk is in your work environment, wear a mask and make sure those around you also wear a mask.
Tip number 5. Don't ignore your symptoms.
Make sure you have your thermometer and take your temperature regularly. Contact your doctor if you have any symptoms.
Tip number 6. Understand your risk.
Keep your disease under control. Ask your doctor if you are at high risk. Know the rates of COVID-19 where you live.
Tip number 7. In-person visits may be necessary.
You may have to wait in your car. Come alone. Part of your visit may be on the phone. Wear your mask.
Tip number 8. Take care of your physical and mental health.
Be mindful of your stress level. Exercise. Eat a healthy diet. And get plenty of sleep.
Tip number 9. Always fill out the contact tracing form.
Use contract within your organization, community to detect possible exposure to the virus. This can lead to timely detection and treatment, as well as preventing it from spreading the virus.
And lastly, tip number 10. Get your vaccine.
Register online for COVID-19 vaccine. Vaccines are one of the most convenient and safest preventive care measures available. Getting vaccinated prevents severe illness, hospitalizations, and death.